the basic input, and then all the extra parts are still there and they can like that. And then DO4 is basically where I put out all the extra parts and then everything down.
What are the types of video files and audio files that you work with?
So we work with MP4, I think, or is it a MOS? I think it's MOS files, and then we work with I don't got any audio yet.
There's no audio. Was there not on the other version?
There's audio. I'm on about like I usually use a soundtrack to go with it, and I haven't got any.
Oh right, okay. Is the camera is the audio piped in? Is it connected to the? Because you said you had to sync it.
Oh yeah, basically we used. I think we used 2 cameras, and then I think one microphone's connected to one, and that's what I had to do. So there's 2 videos you can see, and one of them we don't use because it's literally just the floor, because that's the better audio, and then the other one is the DSLR camera, and that's why I've got to sync the audio.
And that's just the in-house mic, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically sometimes we get the people, if it's people interviewing, we get them to clap so that we can then sync the audio using the spikes in the audio.
Okay, cool. Can you show me how you would put text on something like this?
Yeah. So basically I'd go to, well, usually what I would do is create a new file just so that, a new bin, sorry, so that I've got place for it to go. And then I'd go to new title 1. Title. And then I'll just drag that across to the video and put it on the one that I need it to be on. And then there you go. And if I need to move it around, I can either do it in the actual title area here, or I can then do it in here in motion. I'll just do it here and move it around.
So for the fact you just moved the anchor point, that'll let you on.
Yeah, but I'm not going to twist it or move it, so
No.
it's just going to stay there.
What does the anchor point do? Just as we joked about that, but what is it?
So basically what it is, it's the area where the title or image would move around. So for example, if I move the position, it'll move around the anchor point. That's not going to work actually. If I scale it, it'll scale from the anchor point and things like that. And that's basically what it does.
Should be able to turn it. If you...
Oh, if I rotate, sorry, I wasn't rotating. There you go, so it rotates around the anchor point.
Where can that be useful?
So for example, if I wanted to create, I'm just going to move that to 0. If I wanted to have, for example, that logo in the top left of the corner, and I moved the anchor point to be sort of centre of the title, it could spin around like a moving logo, basically.
Okay. Do you use that much? Do you use the text on Premiere Pro much?
We used to, and then I started learning After Effects. So mainly if we're making, it's just basic titles. For example, we did French and German interviews. We just used basic titles because that's all we were using them for them to pop on as translations. But if we're doing, like for example, on the other After Effects where I was making type-on titles, I'll use After Effects instead.
Okay. Can you play through what you've...
Yeah, do you mind if I delete that title?
You what?
Can I delete that title?
You can, yeah. And just talk us through what you've edited and why you've edited it like that.
Yeah. So basically he's introducing himself, then he introduces the company. This is usually the layout that we use for these sort of videos. So it's a bit of background of the company, and where they sort of export, why, because it's useful to know where they export to, because obviously JCB wants to show that they're sort of a worldwide company, so they like that kind of thing. And then why they were interested in using JCB.
So is this one of their clients or
Using
suppliers?
one of their engines, yeah. It's True. I'm probably pronounce it wrong. Trulit. And they create. They're like big mixing machines, basically, that farmers use to mix like coffee and things like that. And they started using the Ecomax engines in their models.
The driveline which we use for our new technical pre-drive interface. We use the GCB faucet in the Ecomax engines with 84 and 100.
Now, obviously, his speech is quite sort of.
Yeah, he's obviously speaking English, but we have sort of, when we get to sort of the end edit, we'll then decide whether or not we need to put subtitles on or not.
But what I was saying is, as he's speaking, obviously you've cut out big bits, but it flows quite nicely, doesn't it? There's no jumps. But the visual's jumping. So how do you smooth all that over?
Basically, like I said, there's going to be video that goes on top of it, so the cuts that I've got in the video will be covered by cutaways to like parts showing the machine.
Do you have any of them?
I do, yeah. I just haven't got to it yet.
If you just show me how you'd put some of them on. So what are you doing there?
So basically I'm creating, because I don't want to use the whole video, I'm creating an in-out point so that I only use the parts that I want to use, basically. So I've created my own point, and then...
What are you looking for on this shot, creating an in-out point?
Basically, you can see the camera moves really quite slowly, just to pan across the warehouse. And I'm just looking for the part sort of where the camera starts to sort of end. If it's too long, which that kind of could be a bit too long, I'll cut. So when it's got the whole sort of warehouse in shot.
No, you've brought down, what have you brought down there?
I've brought down the part of the video which I made the in and out part for, so that's just the clip that I sort of chose to do.
And then there's two things you brought down there though, isn't there?
Oh yeah, the audio from the video and the actual video clip as well, so... and then what I'm doing is I'm just snapping it to where the video changes. And I'm just going to mute that audio because until I edit the audio, I don't want to hear the background noise.
You get interested by GCB engine.
And then what I try to do as well when I'm putting in video clips is to sort of make it so the video changes in gaps in the speech as well, so it's not too sort of... It doesn't change really randomly, it just changes when he's taking a pause in his speech.
So is there any reason to keep that audio?
I am probably going to use it a bit later, maybe, see if I can get some background noise from it, but if not, I can just delete it.
How would you delete it?
Well, you can hold down Alt and select it, and then it just deletes the audio.
When bringing it in, what would be a better way to bring it in if you didn't need the audio?
I could just hold down that and drag in the video clip and not the audio.
And vice versa with the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.